All right, before showbiz, let's take some of our biggest stories of the year.
Absolutely. Yes. And you know, we started this conversation yesterday. We talked about a few of them, the Takoradi girls and Ayawaso and so forth. And by the way, I discovered something about the Takoradi girls. You know, we were talking about how the CID boss, Mamitiwa, said, we know where the girls are, and then later she said that to give them hope and so forth. One of the interesting things about that whole story was how the guy escaped from prison and was still able to use his own phone to contact the family members and still continue to demand ransom. So people felt that that must mean that when he escaped from prison, he got his phone back. And yesterday I spoke to the CID boss, Mamitiwa, on the phone, and she pointed out something we haven't thought of. That actually it's because he had registered the number, so he just went and got a new SIM from the provider, and then continued to use that. Okay. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah. It would mean that he must have saved all his phone numbers on the SIM card, which is not the normal thing people do. It could also mean that he really liked that number. Why not just buy a new one?
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Really, yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, that's that. But there's more. I'll be looking into a lot more to do with that issue, and maybe, who knows, if we're lucky, we might even get an interview with Madam Tiwa by the end of the week. Who knows? We're working on it, right? But anyway.
Yes, Kojo. So we've been asking some people on the streets of Accra what their biggest story of the year was or is, and this is what they had to say.
Girls. It's very sad that we were not, Ghana as a nation, we are not able to find these girls and bring them back to the parents. I think in future we have to see to that, so that thing shouldn't happen again. Yeah. If in case it happens, there must be a quick solution to it.
All right. And then you said you have two. What's your other?
Yes, the second one is dropped the chamber. Yeah. Yes, I think Ghanaians did well in that one, because it's not everything that our big men will break through for that we have to let it go. And we think it will help us, we should allow it. If we think we don't help us, then we let it go. I think those are my two issues for the year.
Men's Gold saga. Yeah. Because SEC, that's Security and Exchange Commission, closed down, and from what I learned, number one, that's Nanapia Mensah, the CEO. Yeah. He didn't have the right documents to be operating his business, so they had to close. And I was wondering, why would such a great firm, a big company, would be operating without documents? And then the government and the authorities, they know, but they continued, they allowed him to continue operating his businesses. So I was like, really, what are our people doing? What are the leaders doing? So, and people too knew, those who invested their money, big people, lawyers, military officers, invested whilst they knew the thing was kind of a scam.
Yeah, my biggest story for 2019 is the issue with the three Tardy girls. Yeah. And it's because our security agency failed to find the girls till they were found dead.
Issue with Men's Gold.
Why?
Well, he did run away with a lot of people's money, so that was huge.
Men's Gold.
Why?
Yeah, because it seems like almost a lot of people was affected. So
it's about a kidnapping that happened in at Takoradi, the girls. Yes, that's what I can remember. And then the Canadian girls too were kidnapped. Yeah.
Why was it your biggest story? Why do you think?
Because normally we don't have a kidnapping in Ghana, so it was surprising. And then, the Nigerians also worked, especially it was the Nigerians. Yeah, so I think it's one of the biggest stories I've heard, because it was surprising to me.
All right. Men's Gold and Takoradi
seem to be on the top of most people's lists.
But what are people saying on Facebook? Kojo?
Yeah, well, Bayer Jeremiah says the kidnapped Tadi girls, the collapse of some financial institutions, the enskinment of a Yana, termination of PDS contract, and the year of return.
All right, and this one's from Jan Bunny, who says the missing Tidy girls, the suspense and everything surrounding the killing of the girls, and Madam Tiwa and her false reassurance of the families that the girls were alive. Also, Ramadan Fire says, I thank God for bringing us this far. I thank Nanado and Bamia for taking this debating on time. Free SHS for more to do more. Okay, so that's not really a top story, but okay. Bernard, what does Bernard say?
Bernard Adiko says, biggest story of the year. I said when the fundamentals are weak, the exchange rate will expose you. It is true then, it is true now. But it is warped logic to say when the exchange rate is high, then it means the fundamentals are weak. There are external factors. And then he adds at the end, I still don't understand. Okay.
All right, this one's from Ed Copy Wisdom. He says, please tell Nanado not to worsen our Christmas and New Year by the long time close of water. Okay, he has hurt us enough. Okay, by closing of water, he has hurt us enough with a beggar more. Okay.
Junior Kwajo Omega says, PDS any day. How a whole nation such as Ghana with acclaimed fine brains like our vice president could be scammed by a few individuals continues to beat my imagination.
And this one is for the last one from Jeremiah, who says, my biggest worry is that Nanado is extraordinary corrupt. And if we don't do something about it, on the 7th December, our country will, in quotes, die.
Gel Viz says, Honorable Aponche's election loss and the missing Tadi girls. Yeah, two big ones, I guess. Yeah. So, of course, these stories were prominent in our news cycle. Let's get a bit of a reminder on one of the biggest, the missing Takrady girls.
For the parent is sadness. Well, mine is not. It is anger. And I expect you to be angry. The kind of anger that is required for state agencies to act swiftly. In the meantime, we're still looking for the girls. See something, say something.
Imagine waking up one morning with a dream, with a hope, with an ambition. Maybe you just want to live your life. And then sometime during the day, somebody just kidnaps you and all these dreams are extinguished. This is what has happened to 3 young girls in the secondary Takrady metropolis. Their families are agonizing, their communities are distraught, and the nation is seriously looking for them. But they may be alive. We need your help. If you see something, say something.
It's very disheartening, and it shouldn't happen. And so I'm asking that the authorities involved should make every effort to get our girls back.
Our thoughts and prayers at this moment are with the families of the victims, and we also call on the relevant state agencies to expedite action, double the effort to ensure the safe return of these girls.
Imagine the agony of losing a sister or a dear one. These are 3 mothers looking for 3 daughters. Where is the hope? Where is the love? Where is the ray of sunshine? We need to find our girls.
Bring back our Tadi 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 girls.
So we saw Tasi. So I mean, we do our so we would not Tasi. I mean,
yeah, that was gut-wrenching.
Yeah.
So sad. So sad. And you know, every time I went to their home, the conversation would start with smiles. The mother was always happy to see us, you know, because she felt like JoyNews was the only news organization that cared about about you know what they were going through. That's how she felt. So she was very happy to see us every time, and it would start with smiles, but 5 minutes into the conversation, she just couldn't help but break down, because she was, I mean, dealing with the reality of a daughter who had disappeared for over a year by then.
Yeah.
You know, sorry, almost a year by then, and no closure, no closure. Sadly, even now.
Still,
yeah,
unfortunate.
closure eludes them. Anyway, that definitely was one of the biggest stories. But I'll tell you, one of the biggest celebrations that going on in Accra tonight is the cocktail party at the poolside of Tang Palace Hotel. Tonight, from 6 p.m. till midnight. Good music, sumptuous meals, breathtaking fireworks, and it's only going to cost 150 Ghana cedis to get in. So call 054 01 22 481 for more details.
All right, so unfortunately, we couldn't bring you showbiz, but you can watch our subsequent bulletins and we will bring it to you. You can also go to our Facebook page, JoyNews on TV. There's some exciting content there. If you have anything to say, you can tweet at us. We're JoyNews on TV. My Joy Online TV on YouTube, that's where we are. And that is where we end the show.
Exactly.
Thank you so much. 3 hours of compelling and exciting content. I'm Apita Sibidi. I'll see you at 11, still here on the DSTV channel 421 and GoTV channel 144. Tomorrow when we see you, it will be 2020. It will be a new year. So please make sure you must be safe. Don't drink and drive. Be careful on the roads. Wear a helmet in all situations. Wear a helmet.
In all situations?
Yes.
Whatever you're riding?
Whatever you are riding.
Absolutely. All right. Well.